So what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dalek JD and welcome back to another video where today we are talking about new Black Ops 4 Zombies. As today, fellow YouTuber and great friend of mine, Noah J456, got a rather interesting secret package from Treyarch today, which included a brand new cipher, which for the most part I've 95% solved and will show you in this video. But what is awesome is the package that he received was a real-life figurine of sorts of the supposed perk machines in Black Ops 4 Zombies in real life. This is the exact one that we see within the Voyage of Despair trailer, which confirms 100% that this god that we saw in that trailer was indeed Odin, a Norse god. I apologize in my previous video for the amount of people that I may or may not have accidentally triggered by getting Greek and Norse mixed up. It definitely seems that Treyarch are more going over the idea of Norse mythology over Greek mythology, but it seems like what I mentioned in my previous videos was that there was a sort of blend of both, but to me it seems definitely now that there is more Norse mythology going on here, and confirms that within the trailer that is without a doubt Odin. And within the teasers that we got the other day from Treyarch related to their Comic-Con reveal, that statue was almost indefinitely for the Norse god, and we have this real-sized Odin statue here, which is awesome. Within that trailer, you couldn't see the actual name of the Norse god, nor could you see some of these other details which we're seeing right now. Now, I highly advise once you finish watching this video, please go over to Noah's video and watch it as well, because it's just extremely awesome. So looking at the detailing here, it is a one-to-one replica of what we saw within the trailer itself. You can see the word Odin there, and where the slot before you can see right there is what in the trailer was lit up bright white, as well as the god's eyes being blue and the dogs as well. And in the bottom there was a sort of hollow hole where we assumed maybe you put your hand in for the perk to apply to your hands and inject it into yourself, but this has been sealed up and is replaced with a logo. And this logo looks like three A's merged together, and this is called the Valknut, and it's one of the most widely discussed yet enigmatic of all symbols that appear in connection with Norse mythology, and is comprised of three interlocking triangles. Archaeologically, it appears on several rune stones and pictorial memorial stones that date from the Viking Age and stand on the Swedish island of Gotland, as well as on grave goods from the Oseberg ship burial in Norway. Its name isn't mentioned in any period sources, and Valknut is a modern Norwegian compound word which means knot, as in tying a knot of those fallen in battle, and was introduced by Norwegians who lived long after the Viking Age. But what is the meaning of the symbol? The short answer is no one really knows. In the cases I just mentioned before, Odin is also present. Even in instances where he's not present directly alongside this symbol, you often find other symbols that are closely associated with him. For example, the Anglo-Saxon urns feature depictions of horses and wolves, two animals that are often the companions of Odin in the Norse mythological tales. So to find associations with both death and Odin together should come as no surprise, since Odin was, among many other things, a psychopomp, a figure who ferries the spirits of the dead to the underworld and then back to the world of the living. In the words of historian H.R. Ellis Davidson, Odin had the power to lay bounds upon the mind so that men became helpless in battle. He could also loosen the tensions of fear and strain by his gifts of battle madness, intoxication, and inspiration. Not sure how this is all going to tie into the mythology of Treyarch Zombies, but it's still very interesting stuff indeed. And that Treyarch have really done their homework here, as they always do. Now, on the bottom of this statue, as in where the statue will sit on a table, there is actually a cipher message hidden on that piece, which you can see on screen now. Now, this may not mean a lot to you, but I'm sure most of you will recognize that most of these symbols were what we got in the Black Ops 4 Zombies poster back during its reveal, and most of the symbols from that poster we managed to decipher. We made a video and I made a really nice image in Photoshop to show you what all of those symbols translated mean. But this cipher right here contains symbols which we have not seen before and are not present on that poster. So here you can see what I've tried to do here is translate every single symbol that we've shown here, and any that have a asterisk or star are new ones which we've not had before on that poster. And the way that we worked out most of these symbols last time was to look in a book of alchemical symbols from a work by Annabelle Bartlett, which dates back to an old book published in France in 1657, which has an engraved table of characters with a key on what each character means in French. So with all these new symbols, we've deciphered them into English from French translation. Some of them make sense, some of them don't quite make sense. So words which are asterisks have a star at the start of them are words which I have managed to decipher and figure out today by using that, as well as a few other things on Google, but it is still not completely complete because there was a few symbols which I simply just can't find anywhere. I've looked everywhere, I've even drawn them in Photoshop and done like a back search on Google Images to see if it recognizes the shape and can find anything about it, but at the moment I can't find anything about it. But what it seems to be the case, again like last time, is Treyarch are using this old alchemical symbol language to kind of tell us stuff, but it really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. A bit like how the Apophicon language all meant stuff when we got the translation eventually, but again, it didn't really change a lot of things. Some of the new wording you can see is quite interesting. In the middle there is sulfur of the philosophies. I couldn't quite get the right translation as there was another word included which kind of threw the translation off and didn't make sense, but that's what I could gather as its meaning, which is really interesting. There's also vinegar, as well as what I found to be powder, the sun or gold, which is a new symbol, as well as month next to it, which looks like some sort of email inbox icon, and then right at the bottom we have red wine. So not too sure what to make of this. Maybe all of these language icons are symbolizing what Odin does as a perk, perhaps as a new perk effect, or something entirely different. I have no idea, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know down below in the comments section. As is the lead up to Comic-Con, Black Ops 4 Zombies having a big show next Thursday, it seems like the viral marketing campaign starting just like it did last year with World War II, where a bunch of YouTubers, including myself, received some special gifts which gave us bits and pieces of little intel on the lead up to the Comic-Con reveal itself. I have not gotten any such package like this. I don't know if I am going to, but if anything like this does arrive at my door, then I'm sure you'll be able to find a video on it here on the channel. At the moment it seems just Noah has gotten one of these. I have no idea if anyone else is getting one of these. No one said anything, I've not heard anything, so at the moment this is the first teaser we have towards new info coming from Black Ops 4 Zombies reveal. Let me know what you think of this down below in the comment section, drop it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.